Just your views on the market's performance today and basically in recent sessions, an upward trend.
Well, it went up again today, like you said, and the reason for that is just, improved investor confidence on the market. It's as we also expected. Three catalysts, I think, have been responsible. One, you've seen a strong flow of funds from international, particularly new funds, and also there's a lot of talk about the expected bank results, which we should start seeing around about February to March. And I think also the Dangote cement name could also, cause some anxiety in the market ahead of, its earnings release, probably due February, and also strong dividend payments.
A sector that continues to do well since the start of 2011 at least is the brewery sector. I mean, just in yesterday's session, we've seen in general gains of 4.9% for most of the brewery stocks. Your views?
On average, they have outperformed the market. It's roughly about 5% higher than market performance year to date. It's been driven by M&A announcements. As you know, Heineken announced that they acquired 5 of the breweries within Sona Breweries, all in part of their strategy to consolidate the market.
Okay. I'm not going to mention all of the brewers by name, but we have seen most of them within that range of gaining 4.9%. But Nigerian breweries only gaining marginally. What do you make of the stock?
I think it's a strong story, but its valuations are quite stretched. We downgraded the stock about Tuesday, it was 2 days ago, and it's basically on the same concern. I think a lot of investors were excited by the news on Heineken being a subsidiary of that company. I think it was a bit natural for them to roll with it, and having got into more clarity on what that situation could be like, I think you're seeing some sellers in the name. Our view basically is that the whole transaction wouldn't impact Nigerian breweries unless there is a consolidation into Nigerian breweries. But for now, it's not clear whether Nigerian breweries is an acquirer or target. And we also don't know what the cost of their acquisition was. So it's really difficult to figure out if it is earnings accretive at all.
I mean, anecdotally, we've heard that outside of Ireland, Nigeria is the second largest market in terms of demand for Guinness. What do you think that means for the pricing of this particular stock?
Well, it doesn't really impact the price of the stock, but what it does mean, obviously, is that Nigeria definitely has a strong potential. And I guess to put that in perspective, it is actually the largest market for the Guinness Extra Stout brand. And that is why Diageo continues to invest money in this market. That company in particular, Guinness, is expanding capacity. By June this year, they should raise capacity by about 1.5 million hectoliters to about 6.5. So if you also look at the announcement this week, actually last week, sorry, from Heineken acquiring 5 breweries, it's all positive statements towards our outlook on the industry. Today, Nigerians are consuming around about 16 million hectoliters, but we think that it could rise to about 27.6 by 2015. Nigeria is still underpenetrated when it comes to beer consumption. We could definitely do a lot more over the next coming years. Economic growth is a strong driver. Nigeria's demographics, you got 150 million people, and the average age is about 18 years. We're seeing a segmentation within the beer drinking age around about 19 years to about 45 years. More so, you have the increase in more accessible formats like cans. That has really driven the consumption of beer over the last couple of years. On-trade sales is also picking up quite significantly. A lot more consumption in the bars, during Premiership games. Okay,
so beer drinking and generally the outlook for brewers particularly positive. And does that extend onto fast-moving goods and the food sector, for instance? Some have anticipated superior returns above 50%. Your views?
Well, I'll be surprised if the food for consumers doesn't double over the next 5 years. The Nigerian economy is highly skewed or correlated with consumption, and we expect that the Nigerian economy should double over the period we're referring to. And I think it's only fair that consumption also doubles within that time frame. So, I think that we're quite bullish on the consumer market, and that's why you're seeing quite a lot of investment in that space. I just discussed Guinness and and Heineken investing more in the brewery segment. We're also seeing similar investments across other companies like Nestle, PZ, Unilever, and also UAC.